Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today. I've been cooking in the kitchen once more. This time I took a deck that's quite popular, Electro ramp, with these big Doctor Doom Odin plays at the end of the game. A lot of people play the Sandman to shut down the opponent's turns in the later stages. Gone for a bit of a different spin on that style of deck, which I'm surprised is not popular or, hasn't really been played that much to my knowledge. And that is to play the likes of Ultron, Iron Man, Onslaught, Blue Marvel, so a different sort of package that you can combine with that Doctor Doom Odin play to sort of give you a toolbox of different ways to win the game. I really like the Iron Man in the deck. Iron Man Onslaught is a nutty combination of cards. You can Electro into Iron Man, into Onslaught, into even like a Doom or an Ultron or whatever you feel like. And that's just really powerful. Basically wins your location for free, provided there's no Enchantress coming in. And then you've got this Blue Marvel Onslaught line, which is very good with Ultron. It's very good with Doctor Doom. You can do Blue Marvel into Doctor Doom Odin, which just gives you way more power than playing a Sandman into Doctor Doom, Odin. Doctor Odin. I mean, I guess that's appropriate. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this deck. I think it's just sort of better than the typical Electro ramp, and I think it just is what you should really be playing at this point. Something along these lines with the Iron Man Blue Marvel Onslaught, if you are interested in this sort of archetype. A little bit of a tricky deck for me to rate. The rating, I think I will give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's on a similar level to Discard, actually, in terms of the power level. The greed, it's a very greedy deck, doesn't have a lot of answers to the opponent's stuff, but you can definitely just output a huge amount of stuff. So if you're not running into Sarah Control or some kind of deck that's running Enchantress or whatever, then you are good to go with this deck a lot of the time. Killmonger can be a bit of a problem. We've got armor in there to protect Nebula and Ebony Maw sometimes. Sometimes we want to just play Ebony Maw, Nebula in the same location to really push the opponent out of that location. Other times we want to go Nebula armor in one location, Ebony Maw in another, swarm the board with the Dooms, the Ultron, etc. Ultron in this deck's like not that great. It's usually just better to go Doctor Doom Odin still. So I think the standout cards really are the Iron Man, the Onslaught, the Blue Marvel, Chavez, of course, in the deck too. Make sure you draw that Electro. Wave is there as a backup in case Electro isn't drawn. You can then go Wave Odin, Wave Doctor Doom into Odin, that kind of stuff. So there's options, lots of options with this deck, and I think it's a very decent one. So with that being said, let's get into some games. Let's get stuck in. We'll see if we can't draw some of our early game. The opponent's got Nebula, so on the back foot already by the looks of things a little bit. Got my own Nebula as well. Okay, that's good. I'll play it in the Baxter building. I think I'm going to want to perhaps go for an Onslaught line here with the Wave. Perhaps Wave in a different location, although... You've always got to think a few turns ahead with this deck. So if we go Wave, we can then follow up with Onslaught. And then Iron Man, and then, for example, a Chavez, an Ultron. I think we really do want to win the Baxter building. I will play Wave in the middle. This might end up not being the best move ever, but we'll see. They've got a Wolverine coming in, and they're going to be able to replay Colleen, which is quite spooky. Could mean swarms are going to be enabled. But yeah, I think I'll go with the Onslaught Iron Man, and then just... There certainly was an argument to play Wave in the left location here, as opposed to in Baxter building, but I think it's okay. Ooh, the Storm's sort of an issue, because now I don't really want to... Yeah, I get punished pretty hard for playing the Wave in the way that I did. It's a bit unfortunate. I can play Iron Man there and just go for the Ultron at the end if we want to do that. Question is, can we ever win it? Can we win the middle with the Ultron? These are sort of the tricky questions. I feel like Iron Man mid is just very, very, very powerful. The issue then is, how do we win Luke's bar? As long as we win Baxter building, it's... Yeah, the Flood is just so annoying. I think I will play the Iron Man here and whatever, just see how we finish up. I think we should be okay. I mean, we'll see what they have. I don't know how they're going to get into Luke's bar, so I think the amount of points that I have in the middle, it probably would have been good to just snap here, right? It's quite interesting. We get to play like a, we get to play a ramp deck that have this 68 points. Like, usually ramp sort of struggles with this kind of stuff. I will still play Ultron for points in the left. But yeah, I mean, we should be winning. I just missed my snap, I guess. Not the end of the world. I guess I was a little bit overly concerned that Onslaught Iron Man was not going to be good enough to take the game, but it would have been a different story if this were not Luke's bar, I suppose, maybe. We know what their hand is likely to be, and we'll take a win there. Okay, this time we have Ebony Maw turn 1. I will play that. It's a pretty good card to get. I'd love to then follow up with a Nebula or something. Oh man, their Nebula's going to get so much value this game. That is pretty disgusting. I'll play my armor. I think I'll play it in the middle, just to protect the monster from potential Shang-Chi. It's kind of okay. Ward space might be a slight issue in the middle, depending on what I want to go for. They're giving me a Morbius, so it looks like another discard gamer. Drawing Electro here, that's what we love to see. I don't mind giving it to the opponent as well. I can play my Blue Marvel Onslaught, perhaps, will be the cards of choice. And then either, well, I don't know. Doctor Doom is typically better if we draw into that, since we have the Odin. It's typically better than like an Ultron in these sorts of situations, I would imagine. Very interesting spot. Managed to draw our early game, but so did the opponent. So it should be a pretty fair game so far. I'm a bit afraid of discard in general, especially when I'm giving them sort of Morbius value by giving them cards to utilize. It's a little bit dicey, a little bit dodgy. I'll play Blue Marvel here. I kind of have to give it to them. But I have everything that I want. I've got the Doctor Doom Odin, which I think will be the play here. It's actually pretty damn good with the Blue Marvel. You can think of this essentially like a Sandman that buffs my board and doesn't have the Sandman effect. But you know what I mean? Now that Sandman is 3 strength, I think Blue Marvel's just a good, flexible alternative. I think the fact that my deck's just functioning at the highest level that it can, I think for that reason I'm going with the Snap here. I'm going to have a lot of strength in the Crimson Cosmos, so that's something that they've really got to respect on some level if they, you know, they can't just simply win it with the Nebula here. They're playing out a Swarm. That is crap. That is really quite crap. So I think it's just Doom Odin in the middle so that we're just completely, you know, protected from a possible Shang-Chi. I can also go Onslaught if that's better, but I don't think it ever really is going to be better. Because it's 7 plus, yeah, it's just never really better than playing the Odin Doctor Doom. I mean, there's a reason this is the ordinary way to play, you know, ramp decks. And this is just really good for me. We get the typical ramp line with the Blue Marvel. Not an Ultron, but, you know, it's compared to the Doctor Doom Odin, it's sort of a backup line of play. I think the Iron Man is actually the more interesting and common line that you'll want to take with the deck compared to the Ultron. But alright, another win. Okay, a nice Nebula turn 1 into armor as well here. We've got the wave as an option if we need it. Krakoa, this is I don't think I've ever actually played a game with this location. I was not playing a lot when this was featured. If it was featured, I'm not even sure if it was. But regardless, I will play my armor now. There's an argument to play Ebony Maw in the location there, and then the armor, but I think, or even to just play Ebony Maw instead, honestly. Because nobody runs Killmonger, right? Yeah, I will play the Ebony Maw. I mean, it's just more value if the 1-cost units survive, right? So, seems pretty good. Now we have the Nexus. It's kind of not ideal. I can just play Wave into Odin to play some big units there. Hopefully the opponent won't have big units. I have no info on what they're playing currently. It could be anything, literally. And I'm waving. Okay, a Lizard and a Storm. That's pretty interesting. I wonder what that means exactly. It could just be some kind of a value-y deck. Do we want to actually play the Odin here? There's a lot of 6-cost cards that we can draw into. Alternatively, I could just go with like an Iron Man. I think getting the extra wave activation here is quite good. I'm not going to be able to do Odin onto Doctor Doom or anything this game anyway, so I think we just go for that, yeah. So right now we're ahead in 2 locations. There could be things that change that. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're playing an Ultron. That's good. That's perfect. Good job, Krakoa. Let's snap on that. We actually take the Lizard out. I hope there's no Killmonger. Killmonger would be nasty against Ultron here, but We can end the game with a blue marvel maybe, just to round things out nicely. And this lizard gets deactivated as well, which is just huge. Provided there's no Killmonger. The opponent's playing some vanilla stuff, it looks like. I feel a little guilty that perhaps it's not a very fair game. I will play the blue marvel. I think it's my best move in case there is a Killmonger, right? Being able to still lock down the right location should be good for me. And they've committed a lot to the left at this. Should still win in mid even if there's a Killmonger, so should be a win, I think. In fact, it might even be good if they have a Killmonger, because then they're baited into playing out the game. Yeah, this is just difficult for them because it's a little bit hard to even see the blue marvel coming in, right? Buffing up the left as well. They might play a card there to think they win, and then, you know, ends up not working like that. Very nice. Take a nice little win. Alrighty. What do we got here? Nebula, Ebony Maw. I love that. That's cool. That is nice. Two good early game cards that we can just play probably in the same location to be a bit annoying, but it'd be a bit of a nuisance for the opponent. Ooh, Ongoing's disabled. Huh? That's pretty good for Ebony. Not so good for some of my other cards, but I will happily take Ebony Maw in the middle here. Wonder if this is some kind of a... I don't know, this deck I can't really predict just yet. Could be a Patriot thing, or some kind of a Valkyrie deck, maybe? I'm not sure exactly. Okay, we've got Electro, that's good. Obviously, I'd love to disable the Ongoing, but Asteroid M's going to move me across, unfortunately. So, no benefit from Isle of Silence there, but... pretty happy that I have that power play and we can then follow up with the blue marvel. I think this is just snap territory, right? The opponent's also not doing anything particularly scary, so if they want to stay in versus me, they're going to be hard-pressed to win, I imagine. Not sure about the blue marvel here. It seems okay, though. Seems kind of fine to play it in Asteroid M. Could definitely play it elsewhere. We're getting a Groot played. That's interesting. So, do we want to go Doctor Doom now? I think it's fine. You can then just go with the Ultron at the end, right? If that's what we want to do. Odin, we're not going to draw because of Chavez, so yeah, Ultron most likely going to be the play, and I'll just, again, probably jam it where all my other power cards are, just to get the maximum value from it. This looks really, really good for us, doesn't it? Killmonger's a scary prospect, a little bit, but... you know, I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Just gonna take another 2 cubes. 2-cube powerhouse, let's go. Okay, another game. We have Electro again. I do love the Chavez in the deck, just really is enabling my more consistent Electro. So it's very strong. Electro is a very... kind of just breaks the game, this card, right? Allowing you to play multiple 6-cost cards in a game is a very powerful thing. And here we might even get to, I mean, we can play maybe even 3 6-cost cards this game with the Kamatage, which I think I will play Electro in next turn. I can't play it yet, apparently. I guess Wakanda over here. I'll probably play it in the right just so that we protect as many units as possible. Of course, Doctor Doom on Kamatage is a very powerful idea as well that we have access to. Although without a huge amount of space, it might not be as good. Still might want to go with that play though. Onslaught as well, I mean, with Blue Marvel is a very powerful option to have access to. I should snap here, this is like very good for me, right? Got good on reveals, potentially. We've got some good synergies in hand, which we can always utilize. Got this very early Electro power play. So I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Probably just want to jam everything in this Electro location, right? Play that Blue Marvel, play the Onslaught, maybe even play the Iron Man? I don't know, maybe that's too much. We could do Doctor Doom, Onslaught, Iron Man. That might be my best line. I definitely am going to want to play the Doctor Doom, right? So I think I just start with that here. That's pretty much always going to be the play, and it's the most expected play that I have. So we're not going to shock the opponent with this. What might shock them is the Blue Marvel into Onslaught, and at that point we may be able to... oh wow, the Cosmo not in the left. That's interesting. They might be playing Surfer or something. This is a bit strange though. Bit strange setup. Bit of a strange setup, I should say. So we've got Iron Man, we've got Onslaught. That can win us a location outright if we want it. Alternatively, we've got the Blue Marvel Onslaught, which honestly seems a bit better, right? Because it's spreading my strength nicely. I suppose I can just play an immediate Onslaught here, and then we get to choose whether we Blue Marvel or Iron Man, depending on what is a better play to make. Oh my goodness. So I think we're going to get to play both of these cards. What is going on? Limbo? I think I've never played so many powerful cards in one game. Holy moly. So I'm pretty sure we just want to Iron Man and Blue Marvel here. I'm going to play the Blue Marvel at the end. I think it's a bit harder for the opponent to see coming. And there's no way they stay in this game, surely. I just have a ridiculous amount of points. To be fair, an Enchantress would be a bit scary, but I think I don't have that much to fear. Everything is protected from Shang. They can have something here. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what it will be. She-Hulk in the right? Infinite? She-Hulk Infinite, probably? It's just no way that's good enough, right? We buff by 8 in this location. You know, I'm not even sure that Infinite can win any particular location. Maybe on the left it can win something, but yeah, I think we played this very nicely in order to just have a surprising amount of value at the end with the Blue Marvel, getting us some extra cubes. That was a crazy game in terms of what we were able to play. Awesome. Let's get final game in, I think. One more. Sakaar, interesting. Okay, just going to be armor coming in and Apocalypse. That's kind of nullifying their discard deck if that's what they're running. Kind of funny. We've got Electro, which pretty solid, of course. We can go Iron Man Onslaught to win a location if we feel like doing that. Perhaps cheekily winning the Sakaar location with that could be the way, especially after they committed a lot in that location. We have the chance of destroying Electro as well, which is cool. I'm always happy to take the chance on that. Difficulty here is going to be winning the second location. If we do go with Iron Man Onslaught, the final location win is going to be a bit tricky to find, I would imagine. I could also go with, yeah, I mean, Iron Man here, and then we can just do Doctor Doom Odin as well. Depending on how the Danger Room plays out, might be better. Interesting. Yeah, I think we go Doctor Doom Odin. I mean, we know the Dracula's not that scary, honestly, so this play is going to put a lot of points in the Danger Room. They're going to have to respect that, and I think the points in the mid as well will be quite scary for the opponent. Let's go with the Snap. The fact that the Apocalypse is gone and we're up against discard makes me feel kind of safe. There's also no swarms, so their point potential is quite neutered, I would say. They're going to play the MODOK. But yeah, now they've got swarms and I guess a Chavez as their finisher, if I had to guess. So that means we're currently winning in the right. They would have to play a swarm there and a swarm mid, and then discard with the Dracula to win. That being said, I can actually play Nebula. If we play it in the middle, we have a guaranteed tie in the mid with their swarm play, and that will win us the game. So I think we've basically got it on lock, unless they don't have Chavez. But I mean, they're gonna have Chavez, right? It's kind of obvious. And yeah, I think we should have it with the Iron Man giving us the tiebreaker. Looks really nice. We managed to actually kill the Electro there and get that going. Oof. We've been kind of farming discard decks with this deck. I think it's got quite a decent matchup. It's just very, very greedy and very solid. So yeah, not too bad. I did climb a little bit with this deck. I lost some ranks earlier experimenting, but very fun one. I actually think this is a way stronger way to play Electro Ramp than anything that anyone's doing, right? Sandman, that kind of stuff. So I really like this deck. Seems very solid. Not bad at all. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe as always for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.